I'm here at Point Defiance Park. It's a fairly large park just west of Tacoma, and it ends at the Puget Sound. So pretty much once you've come this far, it's about as far as you can go. But I have several interesting sites to look at today. So we're going to go and discover them, and just join me on my journey. Found this very large tree here. It's probably about, I don't know, 20 feet, 24 feet, something like that around. It's huge. If it were any bigger, it'd be like a redwood. Got a nice little bench for people to sit on. Kind of looks, I don't know, reminds me of a boat kind of. There's a little bridge that goes over to another part of the park, or actually it goes down to the bay there where all the boats and stuff are. There's the ferry I'll be taking here, I think on Friday, and I'll be putting that in a video as well. But today I forgot my mask at home. I was actually going to try and take it today, but because the masks aren't required when you're outdoors, like at a park and stuff, I just forgot to grab it, so I don't think I'll be able to go on the ferry today. Here we have a nice little garden area. Not really sure what that is. So one thing on a lot of my journeys is to see a lot of interesting sculptures. This looks like a Chinese garden that they have set up here. This looks like the official entrance. This is actually Japanese, and it's donated by Tacoma's sister city of Kokura, Japan. And this is the building right next to the garden. You can see it's got an oriental style. It must be Japanese. This building's called the Pagoda, and it is of Japanese origin or Japanese design. The idea apparently came about in 1911, and then in 2011, 100 years later, the building was set fire and almost burned to the ground. You can also see the Japanese design of the fences here that surround it. And it looks like there's more gardens in back here. We're gonna go down and check those out. The building itself is closed, and I would imagine when the state changes the level of emergency that the facility will probably open again. These are the steps heading down to the garden that's in back here. It's a little bench next to some nice little trees. I'm not sure if that is supposed to be a sculpture or just some, I don't know, some kind of little concrete design for something. This apparently is a 10-inch shell from the VSS. I would have thought it'd be the USS, but they say VSS Maine. That looks pretty beat up. Here is a nice little bridge next to a pond. Wow, this is pretty steep little bridge. They have a lot of really big trees here at Point Defiance. Looks like they, when they open again here, they'll probably get back to cleaning this out and putting water back in it. Usually it looks like it has a little stream going underneath the bridge. Here it looks like a little house or something. It looks like they have it locked up in a store, some kind of supplies. And we've seen this before, the bamboo fence. Bellevue Botanical Gardens have something similar there. And then you have the little one here. And this says This is the Spanish fir. I don't know if it's referring to the ferns there or all these little plants. I imagine the little plants. When I was a teenager, me and my friend Steve used to like to go to Marymore Park, which is located in Redmond. And I remember one time I was following him, and I don't know, somehow I lost him. He disappeared. Kept looking for him. We were both riding bikes. Finally, I saw his bike parked up against a tree. And then I went over there wondering, why would he just park his bike here? And I looked around, and suddenly I looked up, and there he was up in the tree, and he was trying to camouflage himself with a branch in his mouth and 2 branches in each hand. So he liked doing silly stuff like that. And funny thing is that as silly as that disguise was, kind of worked, because it took me a couple minutes to find him. Place to sit, almost really like a picnic area or something, but I don't see a table. I just crossed over this bridge that seems to lead to a building here. I don't know if that building just advertises the zoo and aquarium, or that's actually one of those things. Here's a nice little trail. Goes through another part of the park here. There are some steps going down to what looks like a pier of some sort. Go ahead and hurry down these steps. This steps led down to a promenade that goes to Owen Beach, which is closed right now. And then we also have, looks like some kind of a outlet. Heads down into the Puget Sound. They're pretty interesting. It looks like as these things swing, it causes like the little bell to ring. I heard it coming down here. I don't know how much they have to swing to make the noise. Oh, there we go. So I have a little playground area for the kids, and right next to it a large picnic area. Looks like they built a little elevated area here with a bench up there for people to sit on. And here it is. Looks like there's some sort of house here, but it's on park property, so I'm gonna think it's a museum or something. It's the Point Defiance Lodge Visitor Center, and of course, it's closed for the season. And it's got a pretty cool porch up here. It's also considered a National Registered Historic Place. Apparently this building is a lodge. That's the oldest standing building in Point Defiance Park. It was built in 1898. For only $2,220. Of course, nowadays it'd be worth probably $1 million at today's real estate prices. Their bench and what looks like a little picnic area over here, or maybe some kind of observation place. I don't know. Looks like that's some sort of garden as well. Apparently somebody named Ebenezer Roberts started this garden that I showed earlier. It's called the Rose Garden. Pretty nice looking place. And there we go. But of course, like so many other places, it appears to be closed. Nice little pond area here. It's a little bridge. Heads over to this little island in the middle. It's a pretty nice scenic little place here. You got this duck. He's trying to eat something off the bottom there. And here's another bridge exiting the little island. Looks like the ducks are enjoying the little island. And they have a little waterfall they built out here. Over on the other side. Very nice. Put a lot of work into this. And this is a statue of Francis Cushman. They have a quote engraved here that says, "A noble life, a noble death. Man can ask, God gives no more." It's kind of a reminder of our mortality. I'll be back in this area in a couple of days to visit Fort Nisqually and the ferry boat. As I said, I forgot my mask today, so those are two things I can't do without it. But I hope you enjoyed today's adventure. Well, join me again for my next adventure. This is Big A, and this has been Adventures of Big A.